Yo, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew. Bad boy.
Jay the producer.
Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports. Yeah, Detroit Drew, Woodward Sports.
Woodward Sports.
Yeah.
Yo, peeps, finally some good news for the 04 Pistons, man, as they are starting to get recognized worldwide, league-wide, as now Hall of Famer Big Ben Wallace is now a part of them, man. He's a Hall of Famer officially. And I can tell you this, man. I don't know if there's ever been a Detroit Piston who has worked his tail off the way Big Ben did. I seen a story on Instagram, I believe Pistons Talk posted it, about when he came to Detroit, his first game, he wore work boots to the arena. He set the tone for the going to work Pistons. Without Big Ben, that team would have never been anything. They might have been okay. But Big Ben put them over the hump and made them legit. And I'm going on record, I've gone on record before and saying that is the most dominant defensive team, not of the last 20 years, not of the last 30 years, not in recent memory, but of all time. If you want to call Michael Jordan the GOAT, Kobe the GOAT, LeBron the GOAT, the Detroit Pistons in 2004 were the GOAT in terms of defense. There will never, ever be another team like the 04 Pistons. Well, maybe Troy Weaver can put some of his magic on it. Maybe. But I doubt it. Not that unique. Not that story type. Not the drive and the effort and all the other teams who slept on and gave up on all those players. Now that they came together and they won a championship, and now some of those guys are going to be starting to go to the Hall of Fame, it solidifies how special that was, because we weren't MVPs. We were Defensive Player of the Years. We were NBA champions. We were all-stars. Not prior to us coming to the Pistons, but when we did. I don't want to go on too much, but we have to talk about this because it's just so good for Big Ben to be recognized, because he should have been in earlier. It took too long, but better late than never, man. This is something they can never, ever take away from Big Ben. He has earned this. Arguably one of the greatest defenders of all time. The first ever undrafted player to make it into the NBA Hall of Fame. Ever in NBA basketball history. Shout out to Big Ben, man. I'm happy for you, man. And continue your great career off the NBA court. Now, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons as of 2021. Not so much a good note. It's kind of a big mixed bag. We'll start with the good. The Pistons did what many of you guys wanted them to do in the last 10 years. They pulled off the tank. Well, it's not pulled off yet, but in terms of the season, we finished with the second worst record in the NBA, which means as of the draft lottery, we have a 14% chance of landing the first overall pick along with its other top three worst teams. If we can stay in the top three, it's a winning tank. It's the greatest tank of all time. If we fall out, then so be it. I'm not worried about it. I trust Troy Weaver. I still want a top four pick. We need one of those guys. And if we fall out, Troy Weaver will do some magic and try to trade back up into the top four. I guarantee it. Okay? But we're getting ahead of ourselves here. This season as a whole was really, really weird. We lost a bunch of games, but somehow we developed all of our young guys, man. Seriously, Beef Stew developed during the season. I was going to say mid-season, but during the season, because he continued to elevate and get better as we closed out the year. You know, when he first came in, all he was doing was getting rebounds, contesting shots, getting a couple blocks here and there, and getting a couple layups and dunks. Now, this man has the green light to pull up from three. His mid-range looks good. His pick and roll has gotten better. It's just amazing. Saddiq Bey, man, comes in, lights it up, man. One of the most, if not the most, efficient three-point rookie shooter of all time. He's been up there. He's been shattering rookie three-point records left and right. Not only did he do that, but again, middle of the season, towards the end of the season, he started driving to the hoop and got better over time during a season. During the season. Remarkable. Killian Hayes, man, comes in, plays 7 games, injured his hip. Everyone's like, man, this kid's a bust. Comes back after the injury. And it's been a little bit of an up and down thing in terms of statistics, but he's had a couple of good games and he's gotten better. All of the rookies got better. Maybe Saban Lee kind of faded off, but he had some really nice games this year as well. Plus, we added a Jeremy Grant, who's going to be a great leader. I think everyone on the team likes Jeremy Grant, but we brought in guys like Josh Jackson. We brought in guys like Diallo. We brought in guys like Frank Jackson, who all showed they bring something to the team. I just seen something today, and I'm going to go through probably later and break them down in more individual videos of grading each player, what they did well, what they need to work on this offseason and come back next year, because we're going to have approximately 37 days in terms of the lottery. So between now and then, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to give you guys a lot of content, man. I've been slacking a little bit. It's my bad, okay? I'm going to be giving you guys draft prospects, player grades. I'll probably be talking a little bit of the NBA playoffs, maybe a little bit, but I have a lot of Pistons content for you guys, okay? What was I going to talk about? I had something. I got too sidetracked. Oh, Troy Weaver. I seen something on Twitter today that Troy Weaver doesn't believe we're going to be too aggressive in free agency. One, for the sole purpose of we have a couple of free agents amongst our team that we need to bring back. Diallo, Frank Jackson. What are we going to do with Dennis Smith Jr.? We're going to need to find out if we're going to bring Tyler Cook back and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's not like any of the guys that we have expiring are going to walk away, with the exception of Wayne Ellington and McGriddle that I know of. That I don't think we should bring those two guys back, but I'm fine with bringing everyone else back, man. Run it back, because we're going to have a top pick in the draft. Our rookies are going to get better. Sometimes the best offseason move is development. Okay, we don't need to go out and spend a bunch of money. We're going to need to save it for when Saddiq Bey is going to be up and, all kinds of stuff. Plus, we might give Diallo and Frank Jackson a lot of money. I don't know. So don't expect the Pistons to be too aggressive in free agency. We might get a decent signing here and a decent signing there, but we're not going for a big blockbuster free agent signing this year, mind you, okay? Our primary focus is the NBA draft. We have as of right now, one first round pick. Then we have count them 3 second round picks that we can either load up on talent, trade up, get a better player, something along the lines. So this offseason, it's the offseason for the Detroit Pistons, okay, people? It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And this is something that, Troy Weaver is focused on. He talked about he's not going to rest. He's not going to sleep or take any breaks until he restores the Detroit Pistons. Because like he said, man, the Teen Wolves can't restore, man. They have nothing. Whereas a team like the Detroit Pistons, we can restore because we have 3 NBA championships. Different eras. We know what it takes. So Troy Weaver, it's his time to shine. I don't want to be on too long because I have a bunch of videos I need to drop and work on. So give me your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns about Big Ben in the Hall of Fame, the Detroit Pistons season as a whole, and give me some video ideas, some draft prospects. Give me some of your guys' grades. We'll be talking about this all off-season long. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members, Woodward Sports in the description. Check it out. We'll be live on 313 Jamel Channel tonight for a very special edition of Above the Rim Free Smoke Monday, people. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one, and that's the bottom line, baby, because Double D said so. Peace.